I think part of it was just to come back to see what Ryerson's doing now, just with a whole bunch of changes that are happening with the school.
Well, I've been very heavily involved when I was a student at Ryerson, so just always giving back. I've always told, Adam and like I mentioned to you earlier, is that I always want to come back and help.
Well, because I think it's valuable, it's important for these students, whoever is interested, to understand the importance of networking and remaining in touch with people that have gone through the program here or gone through programs at Ryerson.
Well, it sounded like a great idea. I know I only graduated a little less than 4 years ago. It was a really scary time.
Well, I've been a student at Ryerson for a very long time, and having earned different designation here, and I thought that the kind of knowledge and the impact that Ryerson has had on my life, I wanted to make sure that people here can see that it's one of the universities that have a real practical impact on your life, that you can go out and do practically anything that you wanted to do. So my experience here at Ryerson did prepare me quite a bit to go out there and make a significant impact on the community, and I wanted to make sure that I'm giving back something to Ryerson.
And just to help out people that are the students that are graduating, because I know when I was graduating, I had no clue what to do, and it's just good to give advice.
I had so many questions. I just didn't know what was awaiting me out in the field. And now, especially today, it's an even tougher job market that they're graduating into. So, any advice that I can give, I'm happy to share.
I think that students have the ability, it's powers within themselves to impact later on in the future. So if they do things in first, second, third, and lead up to the fourth year before they lay the foundation for it. So these kind of events, they're great for fourth year students, but if they come out for first and second year students and we start planting the seed as an institution where we say start early.
I mean, Ryerson, and I've said it to everybody that I've spoken to, it's when you come out of here, you don't have a lot of credentials. You don't have a resume. Your resume is the fact that you come out of Ryerson, and it means something, particularly in this country. Ryerson has a reputation and credibility out there in the workforce. So that's why it's important.
I just really wanted to be able to pay it forward and just to give back. I mean, I remember only in 2006 I actually graduated. I remember, being uncertain, being indecisive in terms of what I wanted to do, and having to narrow down my goals and things like that. And it would have been really great if I had somebody tangible to say, okay, so what did you do? What do I need to do? I mean, we had a similar fair like this, but it wasn't as sit down, one-on-one kind of a thing. And I've got information to share. I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I want to be able to pass that knowledge on to young people, because it's important to speak to someone. I'm a big person in terms of setting goals and knowing where you want to go, and a big part of it is reaching out to resources, reaching out to people who can give you the information you need to make proper decisions to help, sculpt your plan.
Oh, the pub, the old Rye High pub. I forgot what it was called, but
The schedule.
I think that just downtown was core, was key, and just having access to Yonge Street. Remember first week or so living here, just walking up Yonge Street and just being blown away by the big city.
I totally miss that residence vibe. Miss it. Like Ryerson, really, every time I come back onto the campus, I just get goosebumps, because I remember, Ram the Rye.
that's it. The Ram and the Rye. Yeah. That was a good time back then. That's what I remembered vaguely. It's a cloud.
Well, I was involved with Frosh Week. I was tremendously, running around screaming on the streets, craziness like that.
Like a lot of my best friends that I have now are people I met at Ryerson. So there's like Devo playing hockey in Lake Devo in the wintertime. There's the pub, which has now changed locations. I haven't seen it yet, but
Ram the Rye. I remember the Student Center. I remember Kerr Hall, the Quad.
Everyone's screaming Ryerson, the Pride. People looking around, wow, this is Ryerson.
The Egerton Pub, when I saw the police in the basement of Egerton Pub at the corner of Gerrard and wherever it was, before they became the police. So it was just a basement pub, and it was the police, and we all went to see this group called the Police. And a year later, I think they were probably playing at Maple Leaf Gardens, probably.
The spirit probably is very important. It's the spirit of success.
When you're graduating and you're trying to find a job, try and find the job that closest matches what you want to do. I know when I was graduating, didn't really have an idea, so I think try and do some searching. Maybe if some traveling actually it helps as well. I find just to help find yourself and just give you direction.
The one piece of thing, I mean, I always say to people, what's the worst that can happen? Why not just try? Just do it.
What I've learned that I wish I knew when I was graduating is that it's fairly unrealistic to expect a permanent job right away in journalism when you're graduating. Even when I graduated in 2006, almost everyone in my class, myself included, started off with contract or part-time work, and then parlayed that into more contract and more part-time work before getting on full-time. It's even tougher today, so I'm telling the students that today, that don't expect a permanent job right out of school, that look for contract work. It's the best way to go.
The most important thing is you've got to believe in yourself, because there's 10 people just like you with the same amount of skill sets. So what makes you different than the next person? And the difference is you.
For their success.
Be involved in the community, make your presence known, always have an attitude of giving back something. And if you're still in school and preparing to graduate, make yourself available and make yourself very visible in your community. And take the training that you've learned, every step of it, and integrate it in your life as you go along. It will work at some point.